Hey, this is Taylor at Truck World RVA. Today we're going to be taking some time to look at this 2018 Ford F750. It's a 33,000 GVWR truck powered by a Power Stroke 6.7 diesel. Air brakes, extended cab, 133,000 miles on the truck. Has an 11-foot Knapheide KMT 111 service body, a stellar 12 630 crane with a 12,000 pound capacity and a 30-foot two-stage hydraulic extension. Hydraulic outriggers. The entire bed is run off of this Miller EnPak. It's a Kubota diesel driven auxiliary power unit, so it runs all the bed hydraulics as well as compressor and a built-in generator as well. Tons of work lights all around this truck. Probably the biggest plus on this truck is every compartment down the driver's side has floor-to-ceiling CTech drawers inside of it, so it's got tons of storage and organization on the bed. It is only an 11-foot bed, but you do have the extended cab, so in terms of diagnostic equipment, laptops, whatnot, tons of space inside the cab to store that, and then a lot of organization on the bed. The goal of these videos, as always, is to show you everything about the truck as if you were here looking at it in person. So the first half of the video, I'm going to go around the exterior of the truck. We'll point out any cosmetic imperfections, any chips, scratches, dents, dings, flaws. Second half of the video, we'll do a cold start, a drive, and then we'll run through a demonstration of all of the equipment. The EnPak, the compressor, the crane. This truck came out of Carolina and is fairly clean on the undercarriage. A little bit of clay and dirt and dust, but from a rust perspective, really nothing to speak of. The frame rails are dry, all the bin floors are dry. There's no rust anywhere inside of the compartments, and other than just mud and dirt on the bed floor, it is free of rust as well. Everything works as it should. The truck is turnkey, ready to go to work. All of the equipment functions as it should. Mechanically, we did just fix a bunch of oil leaks on the truck. Typical 6.7 type stuff, upper oil pan, all that kind of normal 6.7 oil leaks, if you're familiar with those. So that's all just been done. We use all OEM Ford parts purchased through the dealer. If you'd like a copy of any of the work just performed on the truck, feel free to call or text anytime at 804-716-8487. Anything we find that need addressed, we take care of. Obviously no rear seats in this truck. They have been removed. I do not have them. You do have the Ram laptop mount, factory exhaust brake, switches to send power back to the EnPak and the bed, power locks, power windows, cruise control, and Bluetooth sync for your phone. The cab's fairly clean. Some minor grease staining and whatnot on the headliner. Vinyl seats and rubber floors. The seats are in good shape. Air ride seat. I believe, and let me double check, this truck is also air ride and locking rear as well. So air ride, not spring ride. Obviously, much smoother ride down the road. You have a little ding down here in the door, tiny scratch here, but overall very clean. No real scratches, dents, or dings. You have your fuel tank, your def tank, and your steps. This is just dirt and mud on that fender there. No damage that I can see on the fender. You have some small chips here around the driver's side headlight. Michelin steer tires. These are not new, however they appear to be fairly new. We didn't install them, but they have plenty of life remaining on them. Aluminum wheels, and aluminum front bumper. The bumper and the grille are clean. No dings or dents that I can notice on there. Again, just some small chips here along the passenger headlight, and just a little bit of dirt around there as well. But no other damage to notate on the passenger fender there. So as always, the goal of these videos is for reality and expectations to meet. I want you to know exactly what you're getting when you look at a truck from me. So that's why I take so much time doing these videos, I try to be as thorough as possible. That being said, if there's anything additional that you'd like to see, anything that I go over too quickly, if you want close-up pictures or videos of anything else, maybe it's something I forget to show in here, maybe it's something you just have a couple more questions about, please call or text 804-716-8487. I'm always happy to answer any questions you might have, provide any more info on anything about the truck. So no real dings, dents, or scratches on the passenger side of the cab. Batteries are located inside of here, under the passenger side steps. Another shot of the undercarriage over here. The bed is the same model year as the truck. This is not one that we've sent out to have painted and sandblasted. The factory paint is still intact on the bed. There are a few areas of paint failure or scratches that I'll try to point out, all the ones I do see. I mean, really from even 5 feet away, you don't notice any of it. A lot of the areas of deterioration are around the hinges, and then just like anywhere there's an edge, really, you have this one scratch here. All the doors close, latch and lock as they should. We have the keys for the latches. They're all keyed the same way. This first compartment here is your torch compartment. So in the front, you have your bottle racks and your straps. And on the second side here, you just have a couple shelves. We do still need to steam out the bins and get some of this grease gone. I just had a little bit of time right now to shoot this video. It's kind of the last thing we're waiting on to do. But it's slated to have the bins kind of finished, cleaned out right after I get done with this. Passenger 2 compartment, 2 more sets of shelves inside of here. You have a little bit of grease here on the door. Just a couple areas of grease here. Thought that was a chip, but it's not. So again, overall, really not that much to point out on this bed. Passenger wheel well compartment, you have 1 wide shelf inside of here. You do have the interior tab system on this bed as well, so you can relocate these shelves, move them up or down, add more shelves in fairly easily. It does have this interior LED light strip. That's in all the compartments. So the truck has a ton of lighting on it as well. All the gas shocks are tight on the doors, as you can see in this video. Little scratch down here. You have kind of a light scratch that runs horizontally down the crane compartment door. This is your crane compartment. In the bottom, you have your Railcraft hose reel. Comes out of the back of the bed here. You have your outrigger controls. So the crane side is hydraulic extend as well as hydraulic up and down. The non-crane side is just hydraulic up and down. Factory wireless remote, fully proportional to control the speed of the crane. Your air regulator, EnPak control panel, and your factory Knapheide bed control panel. Again, it's a 12,000 pound capacity crane and a 30-foot 2-stage hydraulic extension. The bed also has the master lock design, so you can push that in, put a padlock through it. You can lock all the bins down the entire side at once, as well as obviously lock them individually on each latch. Got some stuff that needs cleaned out of here, but this is your pass-through bin in the bumper for your pry bars. Large tool storage, 2 steps. Looks like originally it might have had a pintle hitch on it. There's no trailer hitch currently on. Wilton tradesman vise. It does work, super smooth actually. And then it also has a flip up top, so you can access anything you put in the bumper right on the top of the bumper as well. Outlets for the generator portion of the EnPak, they're off the back of the bed. There's one on this side as well. Factory tie downs inside of the bed. It's an A60 HGE model on the EnPak. Here are the stats on it. I'll hold here for a second. You also have 1 square product tank in the bed as well as your transfer there for fill and for empty. Well, I really should have started on the driver's side because that's where it's at with all the drawers. Again, nice and dry underneath. So again, every compartment in this side of the bed is fully equipped with CTech drawers. Some scratches here on that door edge. So you have this kind of 3/4 stack of CTechs here. They are by far my favorite drawers. They seem to hold up well no matter the age. They always slide nicely, latch the way they should. If you're looking for drawers to add to your truck, I would definitely look at CTechs. You have a little scratch here, tiny little bubbling here in the paint. I don't know if some moisture got under there at some point. One wide set of CTechs and a shelf. Some dividers in it. Coming around to the driver first compartment. Another scratch down here on the bottom of the door. That's just, again, some dirt or grease. It's really the only thing I notice on this side. Open this one up. On the left-hand side, floor to ceiling wide set. On the right-hand side, floor to ceiling narrow set. Some dividers at the top. Again, drawers are in excellent shape. They all slide super nice. I probably didn't have to go through every one, but I'm already here, you might as well, right? So that about wraps up the cosmetic portion of this demo video. Again, if you have any questions, call or text anytime, 804-716-8487. I'm gonna hop in the truck now, take it for a quick drive, and then we'll take a look at how the crane works. One thing I didn't notice until I got in the truck, but there's a little bit of wear on this driver's side armrest. It's pretty well ripped. 133, 216 on the miles. Looks like we need to put a little bit of def in it. It's always a good time. $67.88 on the engine hours. Again, it's a 6-speed automatic transmission and a Power Stroke 6.7 diesel, air ride rear. Plenty of power. Let's see how well it can make this turn here. I'm gonna go off the road just a tiny bit, but for the size of the truck, honestly, a pretty good turning radius. Pull over to the side for a second, let this guy pass. I don't know what he's doing. Come on, my friend. Between the air ride rear and the little bit longer wheelbase with the extended cab, it rides super smooth for this size truck. All right, so the truck can be off to run the crane and the compressor. It's all run off the EnPak. So I have the truck off now. Before I get into running the crane, just wanted to talk about some of the lighting on this truck. So you have your two front strobes. You also have a top-mounted strobe on the headache rack up there. It's a wheel-in. Additionally, all of the compartments, as I mentioned earlier, do have the interior LED light strips. You can see just how bright they are. We're in full daylight right now. You can still see them lighting up the compartments. Maybe not this one because that's like direct sun, but again, super bright interior LED light strips. That's in every compartment. On the back, you have two more strobes in the taillight housings, as well as two LED square work lights. More interior lighting. You have a rear-facing LED work light up on the headache rack, two of them actually. There's additionally boom tip lighting that currently does not have a reel going to it. We do have a reel that we're going to hook up today to get those operational as well. So all the way around, really wouldn't need to add any lights. It's pretty much fully set up in terms of lighting. With the ignition switch on in the truck, but not the truck running, you can come power up this bed panel. This is what controls all your lights. So all your lights are operated off here after you power this on. Once this power is on, it routes power to your EnPak control panel. Let's see. So 675 total hours on your EnPak engine. Go over to the compressor, 99 hours on the compressor itself. Hit that again, it'll hit the glow plugs and then it'll crank up and start. Now, one thing to note about the EnPak, it does draw off the truck's fuel tank. It's set at about 1/4 of the tank, so you do need to make sure the truck has fuel in it. If you have issues with that sputtering out, typically it's due to not being able to draw fuel. It's pretty chilly out today, so it does typically take a minute or two for your hydraulic oil to heat up. Some of these operations will get a little bit faster. I'm sure when I go to suck the outriggers in, it'll go probably 1.5 times as fast, but even cold, you still have plenty of speed on your hydraulic functions. This is at low idle as well. You do have the ability to idle it up manually. When I run the crane, it should idle up based on the load being demanded. So that's with your outriggers fully extended. Again, the crane side extends, the non-crane side does not. But that's with your outriggers set. Now to operate the compressor, I'm going to hit this twice. That'll cut the compressor on. Pretty well built up to full pressure here. I need to find the air release. As you can see, it kicks into high idle when you drain the air, so it can build up quicker. Should cut off again around 160 where it was before. Cuts off around, I don't know what that is, 170 maybe. You hit that button again twice to turn the compressor off. To run the crane, you twist out the E-stop, hit any function on the remote. Your remote is now transmitting. All these functions are proportional, so depending on how hard you pull the trigger, determines how fast the crane moves. Again, the crane is a 12630, so it's a 12,000 pound capacity and a 2-stage hydraulic extension out to a total reach of 30 feet. Has the open hook design on the crane itself, so I can throw it straight up in the air, and that pulley block, once it gets high enough, will slide right off of that hook like it just did. As I mentioned, that compressor will basically, not the compressor, I'm sorry, the EnPak will idle up based on load, what's being commanded of it. So this is about the highest idle here, where it's currently idling at. And again, same thing with the crane. Once that fluid gets kind of warmed up, some of the crane functions will go a little bit faster. I mean, it still has plenty of speed where it's at, but it will quicken up a little bit as you run this EnPak unit. I'm going to go ahead and winch down so I can boom out. Now booming out. Hit the NE2 block with the winch, not all the way boomed out yet. Hit it again. 30 feet's a lot longer than you would think. I thought I had enough room on that winch line there. I think I'll make it this time. At least we know the A2B works as it should. Still not out to 30 feet. All right, there we go. That's 30 feet. So tons and tons of reach on this crane. The inner boom is clean. Down both sides. Obviously the NE2 block works. Winch line's in good shape, as are your pulleys. Now you can also shut the EnPak off from the remote as well. Pull that engine stop button right there, shuts the panel off. You can, I think you have to hold this one. Shut your bed panel off as well. That about wraps up this video. Once again, this is a 2018 Ford F750. 133,000 miles, 12,630 crane, tons of drawers, really well-equipped truck. If you do have any questions, feel free to call or text anytime at 804-716-8487. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. This is all that I buy and sell. If you're looking for something similar, feel free to reach out anytime. I have all different makes, models, chassis sizes, crane sizes, anything that's a mechanic's truck, that's all I do. Let me know what you're looking for, and I probably have it on the way in. Thanks again for watching.